To fall. We're joined now by Chuck McDade, Senior Communications Specialist with Pepco. Chuck, good to see you this evening.
Good evening. Thanks for having me on.
Chuck, there's a real concern about power outages given the weather that we will see over the next few hours. Even Topper says that with the wind and the snow, certainly power outages are possible. What are you seeing out there now?
Well, right now, that is a concern with the wind and if the snow is heavy and wet. But right now, there is minimal impact on the system. I just checked our outage numbers, and we're at 3 active outages, only impacting 5 customers. So hopefully we can continue that trend throughout this storm. But we're prepared for this event. We've been monitoring the forecast like everybody else for the last few days to have that staffing in place and respond to any outages should they occur. And we prepare throughout the year for severe weather through our reliability projects. Something small as installing tree-resistant cable for nights like tonight to prevent those branches from causing outages, to larger projects like a new substation in the White Flint area that serves Rockville, and some bigger projects in the district like DC Plug and Capitol Grid that moves that sensitive equipment underground to keep those lights on.
So are those preparations key in helping the system remain and keep its reliability even as we deal with severe weather like this or even inconvenient weather?
Yeah, absolutely. So those investments that we make throughout the year are to keep those lights on. So we have what's called readiness, right? So for winter, there's winter readiness, and then for summer with severe weather. So our crews are ready to respond to whatever Mother Nature throws our way, whether it's heavy snow like we're dealing with today, or those thunderstorms in the summertime. Those reliability projects are what help keep those lights on. And customers can learn more about those projects by going to pepco.com/reliability to see those plans in action.
Chuck, do you have any sort of high-risk areas throughout town that potentially could be more vulnerable than others? And if so, how do you respond to that?
I wouldn't say there's one particular section that's more vulnerable than any other, but I will say in Montgomery and Prince George's County, for instance, and Northwest DC, there are more trees, so those areas would be a little bit more prone to outages if there was heavy, wet snow, but our crews are ready to respond wherever it happens across our service area, which is Montgomery and Prince George's County, and of course the district, to respond to those outages and get those lights back on.
You know, we talk about preparation, and certainly Pepco has done its preparation for this storm and others. What should we be doing at home? Obviously, we're going to have more storms after this one, if not in the near future, in the distant future. What should we do when we're facing storms like this at home to sort of make sure that we're ready as well?
Absolutely. So the best thing that we would tell our customers to do is to prepare an emergency kit. That should include flashlights, blankets, bottled water, and so on in case the outage does go out, or in case your power does go out. In addition to that, if you can, put flashlights on each level of your home and make sure the batteries are fresh. This way you have a source of light if the power goes out. Other things to think about: if it is an extended outage and you rely on medical equipment, have a backup plan to go somewhere where there is power so you have that ready to go. I would also recommend to download our free smartphone app. And why is that? So if the power goes out, our customers are the first line of defense for us, and we want you to report those outages. So you can do so through that smartphone app. Just simply go and report an outage. You can call us at 1-877-PEPCO-62 so we can get those crews out there to get those lights back on. And I will say, if you see down wires or damaged equipment, stay away and call us immediately. Always assume that those wires or that equipment is live. We want everyone to get through this storm safe, and we want people to call us if they experience that so our crews can get out there and make those repairs safely and as quickly as possible.
Chuck McDade, Senior Communications Specialist with Pepco. Chuck, we appreciate your time this evening. Thank you so much.